Let's have a beautiful experience. In this video, we're going to talk about Valentine's Day, how to naturally raise your testosterone, your human growth hormone, and make your penis bigger. It's a beautiful thing. You gotta love it. All right, before we get started here, please do me a huge favor. Please ring the bell, subscribe to the channel, of course tell some friends. Make sure you give me that thumbs up Art defines a really like, so I say hey, and of course, like Rocky Balboa says, hello, I am no bell. So make sure you're ringing the bell, and of course make sure you follow me on my social media. I go by Jesus_Detroit. On my Instagram, Snapchat, I'm YOUNGDAYGO. And that's right, we're talking about Valentine's Day, because you know what we're all about here in the BCC, where I help you manifest a bigger, wider, thicker, longer, stronger, harder penis, help you naturally raise your testosterone, your HGH. I'm a spiritual guide and a mentor here to expand your mind and increase your size. So without further ado, I'm here to tell you about Valentine's Day. And what Valentine's Day all comes down to is you. And essentially every single day, or you should be always doing something for yourself. Like I say, you always gotta love yourself. The fact that I got this heart pumping right now is the fact that I always gotta share the matrix hack no matter what. It's just about making sure that you put good into yourself. Make sure that you're loving the reflection back in the mirror. Because like I say, if you want beauty to appear, you got to keep it clear. You got to be a clear conduit for growth. And anytime that you're going out there today, and we're talking about love anyway, no matter who comes across your mind, whoever you see on the TV, whoever you hear on the phone, instead, whatever your thought is good, bad, neutral, just forget about anything else and just intend on that person, that soul, to have a beautiful day, to feel love in some kind of way, and you go along your day, and you just hacked the matrix. You just made the world a better place. You were giving yourself purpose. You belong to be here. You should be happy to be alive, because you know what I gotta say every single day, every single time before my feet hit the ground. Go ahead and take this breath with me. I got a shot today. I feel beautiful, because gratitude is the attitude. That's right, man. We got me ripped and roaring, and I'm just going with this whole holiday vibe, this, Valentine's Day. And any time that you're breathing, any time that you're waking up, you got to remember that you got a shot today. Shot at what? Shot at life. So never forget that. So you got to always just give thanks for just being alive. And some people might tell you, you can really break it down and be like, it's a miracle on how your heart is pumping. It's a miracle how the world is spinning. It's a miracle to just be existing. And you got to always get yourself in that zone to understand that you are a miracle as is. And go ahead and write this down. I'm open for a miracle today. Miracles always come my way. And we're talking about this grow today. We're talking about the flow of Valentine's Day. And we're talking about putting that love inside of you and essentially taking care of yourself, because that's what it all comes down to. Valentine's Day to me is having a me day. And I know that might sound very kind of against the holiday of what quote unquote love in a relationship is, but I feel like the most important relationship you got to have is one with yourself. Because if you expect and want to have that relationship of a partner or whatever, you got to be self-sustaining and efficient alone. And at that point is where you can have that coexistence. And when that happens, we're talking about a rocket of love, just bam, you know what I mean? Fireworks going, you know what I'm talking about. That's what makes it a beautiful existence. And to each their own on what they're looking for with your partner and your dream idea. But all I gotta say is, don't be looking for somebody to complete you, because you are complete as is. Never forget that. The thing that you gotta be intending on is just making yourself a better person, just loving yourself a little bit more. Because the more you love yourself, the more people are gonna love it back, and the more love that you spread out, the more love you're gonna get back. So you got to start in here. You got to start in that mirror. You got to start with telling yourself that you're happy to be alive. You don't got to go out there and just intend on everybody to have the best. You got to first off intend on yourself to have the best. And when we're going with that, just set yourself a day that you're just gonna go ahead and just do you. And essentially every day you should be doing yourself anyway, but I mean really have a holiday for yourself. And that's why Valentine's Day is a perfect day to do this. And I found myself falling into taking care of myself like this. Like, I have intentions on, of course, being able to get like a massage every week, going having a mani-pedi every week. That's like, that's the intention. But like I said, I'm going to be happy either way, because I'm always going to be able to do something to make myself happy. And I'm going to always be smiling along the way anyways, because like I say, we're all tethered to happiness regardless. And like I said, if you're no matter how mean a person they may be, the source energy that's inside of us all is the smile. Because like I say, the smile is divine. It's made inside the mind. And whenever you're grinning, you're winning. And it doesn't matter if there's a Grinch out there or somebody that's making you feel like whatever. You know what? Before I get this started, man, I'm getting over, oh yeah, I got to crack it open. You know what I mean? Hell yeah, man. I got out of the can into the man. I ain't messing around this time, man. Yes, the other day, I'm doing my video, and it's just like, I gotta make sure I'm staying hydrated at this time. You know me, I just got out of the gym, and I just had myself a beautiful, I had myself a beautiful meal. I mean, I had me a bowl of soup, had me a couple slices of leftover pizza, which is a beautiful thing. So for that, I say salute. Oh yeah, it's a beautiful antifreeze. I gotta hit you with the Suburban Commando Hulk Hogan line. But like I said, man, today was really dedicated to taking care of myself. I got to take myself, I got to, really, I got to trim up the body hair, and that's holding my accountability. And you can count on me waiting for you in the parking. Look at me drooling in the parking lot. It's right, Mr. Larson, man. I gotta give a quick salute for that. But like I said, hold my accountability as the bodybuilder archetype, because that's something that you tend to not really see a hairy bodybuilder, or at least maybe in the off season or whatever. But it's just, for one thing, it makes the cuts look better and you can see everything. But at the other side of it, it's an archetype that you're like, you're like, you know what, I am a bodybuilder. So you're putting that, you're drawing that line in the sand, and that's what's making it's helping put that power inside of you, and it's helping you, feel the grow. And that's something that I was talking about the other day in my boss video, talking about everybody bossing up and, pretty much, just being, in tune with the archetypes that exist. And, people are archetypes in themselves, like ones that are self-made. And people use Conor McGregor. You could be a Mike Tyson. People use, you could be Brad Pitt, Leonardo, Rocky Balboa. There's so many archetypes out there that you can follow that are, ongoing. But then there's the broad, the hero, the Joker, and that is subject for real, for more of another video. It's more of an esoteric sense, and there's an abundant supply of people that really can, go dive deep on that and really explain to you the different archetypes that are out there and always existing. And that's something that you can, you can channel into your being. But we're talking about today essentially is taking care of yourself, man, because you are your own, you are your one, man. You got to be able to go out there and take care of yourself, have a drink with the universe. Like I say salute. Going to the gym is something beautiful that you can do every day. But when we're talking about, really taking care of yourself, we're talking about things like massages. We're talking about things like, this is an idea of me, like a me day, all right? So massage, manicure, a nice meal. These are things that I like to, be able to experience in my life. But your me day might be different, and there's no wrong way to this. As long as it's making you do this, then it's something beautiful. I mean, you might want to sit at home and just watch a whole bunch of reruns of Nick Cage movies. You might want to watch, Gone in 60 Seconds, Donnie, Lowrider. Okay, let's ride. You might want to watch some Con Air. I'm gonna show you God does exist. I mean, I was watching Andy Samberg Get in the Cage on on YouTube, it was pretty lit, man. It was definitely getting me laughing, and it was hilarious. He's like, that's high praise. It's worth watching if you're a fan of Nick Cage and SNL and Andy Samberg. But like Andy Samberg, like I said, man, anything that's making you smile, it's doing something right. You ain't got to listen to all these holistic gurus that are telling you, like, you don't need to watch TV. TV's the enemy. And whenever you start your day, don't look at your phone. And you want to make sure that you stay grounded and stay high vibe. You got to be high vibe. And you can measure your vibration. It's like, all right, look. The only person that knows your vibration is you. Like Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch. Funky Bunch said, feel it, feel it. Feel the vibration. You know what I'm talking about here? You got to feel that good vibration because it's essentially inside of you at any given time. You are your own meter to be the leader, to make that Peter grow. And I had to get that flow going because you know what we're all about, having that huge piece of meat, swing at the knees, drop to the pecs, making you your best. And I'm going to go ahead and grab me a quick pump to show you the mind and muscle connection every single time, just to let you know that I got back from the gym. I just had me a couple slices of pizza, a bowl of soup, a couple beers, whole lot of cheer, and I'm letting you know that energy is always around you, always ready for you to just grab at any given time because it exists. You are your own path of least resistance, so never forget that. If you gotta grab it, you go ahead and go within. You go to the divine and understand that we are all magic, we are all divine, and the universe is on our side. So go ahead and write that down. One of my favorite mantras to keep saying. And of course, when I'm holding the plank out, or, you know, just whatever I'm doing at the gym, I'm just always in my head contacting the divine. And I'm always saying the positive mantras for increasing my size. Like, I am so happy and grateful that my huge, beautiful muscles are growing bigger, harder, stronger, more defined, abundantly. I'm so happy and grateful that my huge, beautiful penis is growing bigger, wider, thicker, longer, stronger, and harder, abundantly. And then, of course, when you're gonna get one last rep out, you go ahead and you scream and you shout, or at least just feel it in your head when you're really just ripping it out. You go ahead and you say, I am magic, I am divine, and I can increase my size. Oh yeah, 2020, getting lit, getting ripped. Let's grow huge. It's beautiful. Oh yeah. Beautiful thing. You gotta love it. So that, salute. Yeah, oh man, that was a beautiful thing, man. Like I said, back from the gym. Hopefully, like, I honestly had a beautiful meal today. As far as, like, you know, like I said, I'm a passionate cook. I can make miracles out of leftovers. And, you know, had me a Chicago style pizza, and, like, you know, I mean, of course, compared to Giordano's or Pizzeria Uno in Chicago, I mean, of course, it would be like, you know, maybe a Chicago 5, but a convenience Detroit Rock City 8 all day. And when we're talking about, you know, what a Chicago style is, to me, it's basically like lasagna with, I mean, it's like a lasagna with a crispy crust at the end of the day, because, and the way that, you know, like a Giordano's or Pizzeria Uno, like you're talking about, like, so much sauce and so much cheese. It's really good, but I mean, you know, you got to use a fork and a knife to eat it. And, you know, when I'm eating pizza, I like to be able to just, you know, I like holding it, man. When I eat pizza, like, when I eat it, I slam pizza. I can eat, you know, like a couple large pizzas at a time. And, you know, like I said, that whole Chicago style thing, I like them. Every once in a while, it's a beautiful thing. But if I want my, you know, if I'm just having an everyday go with pizza, yeah, this day go, you know what I mean? I just like to have me, you know, I like New York style. I like to be able to fold it, slam it down like John Travolta when he's walking with the paint cans and Saturday Night Live, man. You know, he's like, Or like, you know what I'm getting at. Maybe Kingpin when he grabs it off he's at the bowling alley, but not bowling alley pizza, because regardless, you know me, I'm a movie buff, and anytime that you're doing something like that where you're laughing, you're smiling, you're back to the right light, you're back to our original self, man, and that's what we are all created in. Like I say, man, we are all born from excitement. Never forget that. The people that made you were happy to do it, regardless of the story they tell you later, because there's not too many people that are in a bum mood there just having sex. I mean, let's be real. And like I said, people that are surrogates and the whole new way of doing this, like they're happy and excited to sign paperwork, find the surrogate's excited, everybody's excited to bring you here. So for that, you gotta have some cheer, you gotta say salute. Every day we celebrate life, we're breathing, you know what I mean? I'm telling you, man. Found that wu-wei flow as I usually do, as I usually go, and that, like I say, that's the path of least resistance, and it's something that works for me. You know, I just go with the flow of the day, and going from the other day, I wake up, I got a pot of soup to cook, and I just went with the flow. I'm like, am I going to the gym? No, I gotta make a pot of soup, and everybody's got to be able to just get out of their own way. And you're going to be able to enjoy the rewards of what the day has to offer. And that's something that takes practice. And really the practice is getting out of your own way, because there's a prize every single day if you reach for it. And like sometimes you don't want to have to reach at the bottom of the box, a Captain Crunch or whatever cereal. Count Chocula is one of my favorites. And then like Cinnamon Toast Crunch, but like I said, I haven't really rocked around with too much cereal, but every once in a while I like to get it in. And we're talking about getting the prize of the day. You ain't got to be able to shake the box to get it out. Just let it come in the bowl, because let it come in the bowl. You know what I'm saying, man? You want to be able to enjoy it as it comes. That's what we're going. You know what I'm saying? Comes so much. I was talking about this earlier, like when you're getting a massage. This was on my mind when I was talking about this. Like if you go to one of the greatest things about semen retention is the fact that you don't want to release your seed because it's valuable. Now, be as it may, if you're somebody that's setting yourself up to go get yourself a happy ending, and you want to be able to just let that thing just ejaculate, because the professionals are there to really just help you. They can do it with their feet. They can work magic, man, because that's what they know how to do. They will make you go. They will make you erupt. They will make you flow, and the energy is always there to make you go as long as you want that. But like I say, if you're just like, if you're somebody that's just like, I don't need to ejaculate today, I'd rather just get the massage and go home, that's a beautiful thing, because I feel that my seed, the energy is more valuable. Excuse me. The seed, your chi is more valuable than to just release a load for no good reason. But like I said, man, if you just want to celebrate life today and go ahead and just blast it off, by all means do it. And if you want to just really surprise somebody, just go ahead and just blast it into your mouth, and that will really, like, that just takes it up to level 10. You know what I mean? Like, it's not just about having somebody just, like, I don't know, like, a massage parlor, they might just blast it into a rag or just clean you up or whatever. But I mean, if you're just like, no, wham, just right into your mouth, that's really gonna just that's gonna be like, that's right, this ain't garbage, all right? My seed is worth something, because you can take that seed and you can put it back into your body, because it's got, regardless, go ahead and get the science on it if you want. Go ahead and Google the science on your semen. And, like I said, I don't discredit science, but I don't discredit magic. And we're talking about, what your balls essentially are, is the life-giving fertilizer. You got sperm tanks produced in stem cells, unbeknownst to you, and you could put this back into you, put it into your hair, put it into your skin, put it into your muscles, put it where it needs to go to let you flow, instead of just wasting it and letting it go into the ground or making a stiff sock, like on American Pie, you know what I mean? But like I'm saying, It's not as bad as you think. Like I said, I use coconut oil. Mine tastes like pancake batter. And I know that might sound crazy, but you got to either train insane or remain the same. And just like Steve Jobs says, man, the ones that believe they're crazy enough to change the world are the ones that do. And that's a beautiful thing. That's a beautiful flow. And it's something that can really help you grow. And, you know, like I said, man, you got me rambling like a monkey in a tree. This is a Valentine's Day special. And what it really comes down to is, like I say every single day, take care of yourself, man. You really got to, you know, like Rodney Dangerfield said in Back to School, make sure you look out for number 1, but don't step on number 2. You know what I mean? I'm telling you, man, one of the greatest. Rest in peace, Rodney. I say salute. You know, I love the Triple Lindy. Back to School is definitely one of the classic flicks out there. Meet Wally Sparks, My 5 Wives, or whatever. And then, dude, the stand-up is just king of the one-liners. Like that guy can just ramble them out. Bam. If you're into comedy, watch Rodney Dangerfield just ramble his like one-liners. He's the king of them, and that's something that you don't see nowadays. And it's something that you can really appreciate if you like comedy, man. It's something that can make you smile. But like I said, to each their own, man. There's so many different ways out there. They can, you know, somebody might want to watch a kitten video, and that can make you laugh. You might want to watch something on YouTube. You might want to see, who knows what. You might want to stare at some guy on a TikTok doing some whatever, and that makes you smile. If that's doing it, then it's doing something right. But if it's taking you away from the moment, taking you away from the present, and making you, judge your life, then that's where you got to evaluate. So that's the whole message behind, you know, if you're watching too much TV or looking at too much social media, that's what it really comes down to in the unhealthy aspect. If you're just like, you know, infatuated with somebody else's life other than yourself, that's where you got to evaluate. But if you're watching something to just make you smile for the sake of just smiling, that's a beautiful thing. And just like anything that you do, make sure you're always putting the proper intention behind it. Like you're drinking a beer, you're putting something beautiful into you. Whatever type of dessert you're eating, you're putting something beautiful in you. Don't act like you're eating something bad. Don't act like you're making something sad, because whenever you're happy, you put happy in. Happy comes out, and that's how we go. That's how we grow. Happy Valentine's Day. I love you guys. I intend on you guys to spread love every single day, every single way that you can. I intend on you guys to feel love every single way that you can. I intend on us to grow and be the huge, massive giants that we are. We're talking heads in the clouds. We're talking that huge piece of meat, swinging at the knees, dropping at the pack right between it. Give it a kiss. How you doing? We're talking about not worrying about the gremlins at your feet. We're talking about, well, of course, not stomping on your best friend's house or anything like that. We're just talking about being heads in the clouds. We're huge, not worrying about nothing, because we're just a huge giant of love, man. That's a beautiful thing. So make sure you follow me on my social media. You know what I'm saying? I got my kids. See, taking care of the neighborhood. Just came back, one of the coldest days of the year. It's like an Arctic cat out there. I got my wolf and my bear over there snoozing. They're doing beautiful. So you might want to check them out. And of course, we got so many more beautiful cameos. You know, a whole bunch of beautiful things coming this year. 2020 is huge. We're gonna keep on growing, keep on flowing. It's a lit year, and we're gonna have plenty more things to come. And I'll be seeing you on the next one. I love you guys. Peace.